What's up, guys? Just wanted to show you a couple of the cheese locations that I use when I'm farming Inferno. Uh, Definitely is super helpful to use these. Yeah, let's just get into it. I see a ton of people. I get a ton of questions about how to survive this spawn. Super easy if you just break that pot right in front of you. You can get up onto the second floor and just kite these guys around in a giant square. They're pretty easy to dodge. You can just walk backwards and then hit their feet whenever they swing at you like I do. Even if you're a slower class. Or if you're using a dagger, you can do the same thing. It'll take a little bit getting used to because their swing is just so weird looking. This is the room we're entering now. Is definitely the best room to loot in Inferno. It's got multiple high quality chests. But yeah, if you're not comfortable with running by that guy, you can pull him back to the little portcullis there and close it on him and just poke him through the doors until he dies. But this is by far the best cheese spot, I think, in all of Inferno. The only problem is, if you pull the skeleton archer while you're getting up here, you'll have to drop down and like reset basically. So just make sure you don't do that, and if you do, you just have to reset. You can pull the entire module back to this point and just jump up here and kill all of it. You do still have to jump the Centaur's attacks, but it's pretty easy. But yeah, you can clear the entire module like this. Let's skip forward a little bit. So here's another one I like. You don't have to do this, but it's a little time saver if you're fast enough. When you're going up here to loot these two chests, you can either go pull all of these mobs back to that same spot, or you can just run up real quick and jump on top of the chest. There is also another spot similar to the last one I just showed you that's on the south side of the module. So if you're coming in from like the boss room or like the southwest entrance, you can run there, and it's the exact same situation as that last cheese spot. Let's see. This is another good one. If you get this spawn that's in that room right there, you can run out, and there's always going to be a skeleton that spawns right here. You can just jump down onto this block and eventually bait him down. Like this. You might take a hit, but that's okay, because now he's stuck down there. Yeah, so this is probably the best cheese spot for this module. If you're not comfortable doing this, you can pull everything else back into the previous room if you've cleared that before, but if not, this is going to be your best spot. Obviously, you're not going to be able to cheese any ranged mobs down here, so you are going to have to fight the ones that are up here. Let's see. Yeah, so we pull the Centaur back, and you can do basically the exact same thing to him. Just gotta bait out a swing, which will get him to drop down, and then you can just jump up past him. And if you don't want to do that, you can run all the way around if you've cleared the rest of the module. Yeah, and again, you'll have to jump his attacks, but super easy. I do get interrupted here, so this is the last cheese spot I'll be able to show you here. A good way, if you know you have enough health to survive a hit, to block someone from following you through a door is just wait in the doorway as you close it. Like that. That let me get completely away from that guy. Just sacrificed a little bit of my health for it. Let's see, we go up, we fall down, we come into this lobby, or this module. This module doesn't have a great cheese spot in it. But what you can do is cheese all of the mobs that are behind that portcullis as well. You just gotta kill the first two that are up front. I don't start that way, but I do believe I kill the last two that way. You might have problems, yeah, might not be able to cheese the skeleton archer that way, but you can use this pillar to hide behind while he shoots and then just poke him. You gotta make sure you pull him out far enough that he's standing in the doorway, though, first. But yeah, on this this map of the Inferno, this is basically most of the super good cheese spots. I'm sure there's tons I don't know about even, but those are the ones I like to use the most, especially if I'm like low on meds or low on health. Definitely helps out. Okay, so we got another spawn here in the bottom left. This room can be very dangerous if you're not careful, because there are 3 sub-bosses in this room that will definitely kill you if you don't know what you're doing. But can be really easy too if you just take your time. I basically spawned in and I pulled this death skull before I started recording, but just head straight to your left, kill the 2 death skulls that will be down here. And then depending on if you're in HR Inferno or normal Inferno, there will be 1 to 2 skeletons down here that you can clear. And then we're basically going to use this resurrection shrine to cheese all 3 of the sub-bosses in this room. This can be a little tricky because he may just go back and forth between the 2 sides of the res shrine, but sometimes you can get him to just stick there, but either way, it should be a little safe. Whenever he starts swinging, you can just move to the other side of the res shrine. If you do find yourself in trouble, you can just jump off of the res shrine and go into this room and close the big doors. At least give yourself a little breathing room and you can heal up. I've had to do that a couple different times. Let's see, I went up. You pull the second demon berserker down, you just do the exact same thing. So then I went past where that demon berserker was, and I ended up pulling way too many mobs. That's alright as long as you don't panic. You don't need a ton of move speed to get away from mobs. I think this kit's only like 102%, so 306 move speed. But if you ever find yourself in this situation, you can just very slowly, you can either use that room, the spawn room, and just lock yourself back in and then exit out the other direction, or you can just very slowly kill stuff when it's in a line like this. The most important thing to do is just not panic. As long as you keep running away at like a very consistent pace, they won't catch you. But yeah, here we are. As always, you gotta jump his attacks. Yeah, that's basically all of the super dangerous enemies in this module, all the sub-bosses for sure. So we go by, we clear back there where we had pulled the centaur from. And then we can use a couple of the chests we looted up there. This is another pretty good cheese spot. Safer than the res shrine because the berserker will not swing at you when you're up top here. But yeah, that should allow you to pretty easily clear this module and the one next to it, which is the one that has a skull key spawn at the top of the stairs. So don't ever forget to check that. It's on the little, like, pedestal. Most of the time, it's going to be a lockpick, but I've never found one, but I've seen other people find them on the pedestal, the skull keys. Alright, so once you're done clearing Demon Throne, the room at the bottom right is also going to have another Demon Berserker in it, and this is another cheese spot you can use. You do need a fairly decently long-range weapon, like either a spear. The rapier is just on the edge of being able to kill him from here. From this cheese spot. Not sure if a longsword also works, I haven't tried it. Just make sure if he starts swinging, you move back. Okay, we got the next cheese spot here. For this module, you're gonna want to, if you're not experienced with clearing it, you're gonna want to clear the entire outside first, except for that top right corner, because there's another Demon Centaur there. You're gonna have to kill another bat, but once you kill the bat, this module is pretty free. You can use that little light post right there, jump up here. So I'm probably going to pull the Centaur here. And then, yeah, you can just go jump up there and cheese the entire module from here. Yeah, this is the other version of Inferno, the other layout of it. And those are all the very prominent cheese spots that I use for the most part. There are a couple other ones in the top left module, but I would recommend if you ever get that spawn, just basically taking 2 hard lefts out of that spawn and leaving, because that room is very easy to die in. But yeah, I think that's all I got for this one, guys.